Man United 0506. The ardent Man United fans would probably want a behind the scenes documenting their 99 treble triumph. Others might enjoy seeing them fall flat on their face under David Moyes. Don't get me wrong, that would have been fascinating to watch too, but no, instead the 0506 campaign. Quite underrated when it comes to meltdown seasons, but listen to this. Sure, United only finished second, but still, it was a year where Roy Keane tore his teammates to shreds on MUTV, had his bust up with Fergie, Quiros and Van der Sar, resulting in the club captain storming out of the club in October. But we're not done there. No, Ruud van Nistelrooy followed suit. Having been dropped for a League Cup final win over Wigan, he apparently spent the game insulting Fergie from the bench. Apparently he called him a Scottish pig. He also had a training ground bust up with Cristiano Ronaldo. And 3 months later, he was storming out of Old Trafford after being dropped for the final game of the season. Factor in the fact that Manchester United finished bottom of an easy Champions League group, with Fergie reportedly making Cristiano Ronaldo cry after a defeat to Benfica. Oh yeah, and that FA Cup defeat to Liverpool, where Alan Smith's leg crumbled like a block of stale Weetabix. Chucking a Derby Day defeat to an average Man City, where both Vidic and Ever chucked in debut performances so bad they were almost laughed out the club, as well as Rio Ferdinand playing in midfield during a 4-3 defeat to Blackburn Rovers, with David Bentley scoring a hat-trick. Let's see, Wayne Rooney kissing the badge at Goodison Park, the fact they ended Chelsea's unbeaten run in November. This season isn't often talked about when it comes to dramatic moments, but Christ, this would have been good watching. Newcastle 0809. For absolute clownish seasons, campaigns that don't resemble one iota of professionalism. Oh good Christ, Newcastle 0809. Oh. Horrific. It begins with Newcastle's half-hearted attempts to replace James Milner with Bastian Schweinsteiger, only to bring in lads scouted by Dennis Wise on the internet. Cue Kevin Keegan storming out the club after 3 weeks, a fan revolt, the arrival of Joe Kinnear, who swore at the press and forgot the players' names. How about Mike Ashley downing a pint in the stand? A first defeat to Sunderland in 28 years, the sale of Shay Given, Charles Nzogbe flirting with Champions League clubs, only to sign for Wigan and Steve Bruce. Kinnear's triple heart bypass operation, the announcement of Alan Shearer on April Fool's Day, the fact that former Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen was being given a finishing masterclass by Ian Dowie, capped all of this lunacy capped off with relegation to the second tier. Absolute mania. Leicester 15-16. I mean, what else? Sure, their meltdown season to League One during the 07-08 year would be comical. That club went through 8 goddamn managers in 9 bastard months, but we sort of already have that with Sunderland. I'm gonna go for the Premier League title win during the 15-16 season. Imagine watching excitement unfold in the boardroom with each passing week. The fly on the wall camera soaking up Leicester City's team spirit. Arguably, no not arguably, the best team spirit ever seen in the Premier League. Liverpool 10-11. Their turmoil in the boardroom, the limp Derby Day defeat, which Hodgson called the best performance of the season. The fact they were circling the relegation zone in late October. The 2 defeats to Blackpool. The utter panic in the boardroom when they sold Fernando Torres on the last day of the transfer window. Watching the owner scramble around to bid 4 times for Andy Bastard Carroll. Man City 0809. Go for the 09-10 season purely for the dramatic, juicy moments. For example, how did the City players react to Emmanuel Adebayor running the entire length of the pitch to mock his former employer's Arsenal? How about in February when the City players clearly rallied around Wayne Bridge after that John Terry fiasco to batter Chelsea 4-2 at Stamford Bridge? Then there was the club record signing Robinho with his tantrums, sulking back to Brazil halfway through the season, the sacking of Mark Hughes after 8 draws in 9 games, the arrival of Carlos Tevez, the crushing League Cup semi-final defeat at Old Trafford, the concession of 4th spot in Champions League football to Spurs in May. Damn, this would have been good viewing. Chelsea 07-08. There's so many crazy seasons at Chelsea, but no, I'm gonna go for the 07-08 season, when Jose Mourinho was unceremoniously dumped in September. I'd have loved to have seen the revolt in the dressing room, especially when they learned his replacement was gonna be Jabba the hot. Apparently the likes of Drogba, Terry and Lampard were in floods of tears. Listen lads, we know Grant has all the managerial skills of a dead potato. This was a classic example of footballers running the dressing room. It was them, not Grant, which got them to within 1 penalty of Champions League glory in Moscow. I'd love to have seen the dressing room after that Champions League semi-final win over Liverpool, when Frank Lampard heroically netted an extra time penalty just days after his mother's death. And of course, replaying John Terry's Moscow Tears on Netflix, oh, it would tastes like a fine wine. Aston Villa 15-16. Here's a first-hand look at a respected football club coming apart at the seams. This was the year where Aston Villa sacked 2 managers, lost 29 games. The season began with Fabian Delph taking a ginormous dump all over the club's credibility. Later we see Michael Richards fight with a fan. Julian Lescott respond to Twitter abuse with a photo of his car. I'm genuinely curious to see what the dressing room was after relegation, just to see if anyone cared. Lescott said relegation was a weight off his shoulder. A weight off his shoulder? Gabriel Bonhor, one of the few boyhood Villa fans, one of the few people who should have cared, he was spotted partying on the night of relegation. Are you for real? He was the club captain. Anyway, that's the end of it, lads. What do you think? What season would you have liked to see encapsulated on Netflix? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.